In this question, we have a particle fired with initial speed u from the foot of a plane, and there's an incline involved. And the inclined plane makes an angle of 30 with the horizontal, and the total angle is 75. Putting a 45 in here. So my initial vector is going to be u cos 45 in the I direction plus u sine 45 in the j direction, which is u over root 2 in the I direction plus u over root 2 in the j direction. My accelerations in the I direction, it's going to be minus g by the sine of the angle it gets created with the horizontal, minus g sine 30, which is minus g over 2. And in the j direction, we're going to get minus g by the cos of the angle that it creates with the horizontal, which is minus root 3 g over 2. My velocities, v of x, is going to be u plus at. So u over root 2 minus g over 2 times t, and the velocity in the y direction is going to be u plus at, u over root 2 minus root 3g over 2 times t. My displacements, s of x, is equal to u u root 2 times t minus the half, or it's plus a half, but we put in the positive acceleration to put the minus first, and that will be g over 2 by t squared. So that's going to be ut over root 2 minus gt squared over 4 for displacement in the x direction. Let's do displacement in the y direction. U over root 2 times t as well, ut plus a half at squared, so minus 1 over 2 by root 3 over 2. So that's a half a times g, so the g is in there, times t squared. So if we want to find the time taken to get to the range, we'd say s of y is equal to 0, factor out the t. So the time taken to get to the end point is factor out the t, so minus root 3 gt over 4. So therefore both of these are equal to 0. My initial t is equal to 0, or we do this in one step, we get 4u cross multiplying. These two things have to be equal to each other for them to be equal to 0. 4u, and then the root 2 is already there, and I'd have to divide by root 3g to get t on its own. So that's the time taken to get there. That would be 4u over root 6g. The time taken to get to the max range. We have s of x written down, so we're going to get u over root 2 times t, 4u over root 6g minus g over 4 by t squared, which is going to be 16u squared over 6g squared. Simplifying this, we're going to get 4u squared over root 12g. We can simplify this in a minute. Root 12g minus 16u squared. We get rid of the g over 24g. So let's simplify this in a couple of steps. So 4u squared over 2 root 3, that's 4u squared over root 4 by root 3, 2 root 3g, minus 8 divides into these, 2u squared over 3g. So that's going to give me 2u squared over root 3g minus 2u squared over 3g. And I'm not sure what format they want that in, but we could take out 2u squared over g, which would leave 1 over root 3 minus 1 over 3. And this will eventually simplify down even further to what they were looking for. I think in the answer, they asked us just in terms of u and g, so I think this is probably enough. You can type the 1 over root 3 into your calculator, which I don't have to hand, and it will give you a slightly different answer here, but it tidies up a little bit nicer. So that's the end of question 2.